Neobalanocarpus is a monotypic genus of plants in the family Dipterocarpaceae. The standard Malaysian name for the timber of Neobalanocarpus hyemei. Common names for the tree and its wood products include Chengal, Chan Takian Chiendamat, Takin Chan, and Takin Shantamio. The tree grows over 60 meter tall. Chengal is considered the #1 wood classified as heavy hardwood of Malaysia, and export of logs is prohibited due to its scarcity. The species is listed as endangered. Neobalanocarpus hyemei is endemic of the Malay Peninsula and grows under quite a range of conditions of soils and topography in peninsular Malaysia and southern Thailand, from low flat semi-swamp to hills, but appears to thrive best on undulating land with light sandy soils. The sapwood is pale yellow or white in color and is clearly distinct from the heartwood. The heartwood is pale yellow-brown with a distinct green tinge. Exposure changes it to dark brown or dark reddish or purplish-brown. The grain is usually slightly interlocked or wavy. The texture is fine to medium and even. Surface of wood is reported to be slightly lustrous. There is typically no characteristic odor or taste. The heartwood is reported to be very resistant to decay and attack by termites. It is susceptible to attack by marine borers. The living tree is usually attacked by pin borers, which leave small holes in the wood. Chengal wood is resistant to impregnation. Silica content is negligible as there is no silica content in Chengal wood. Mechanical properties. Mechanical properties most commonly measured and represented as strength properties for design include modulus of rupture in bending, maximum stress in compression parallel to grain, compressive stress perpendicular to grain, and shear strength parallel to grain. Additional measurements are often made to evaluate work to maximum load in bending, impact bending strength, tensile strength perpendicular to grain, and hardness. In the impact bending test, a hammer of given weight is dropped upon a beam from successively increased heights until rupture occurs or the beam deflects 152 mm more. The height of the maximum drop, or the drop that causes failure, is a comparative value that represents the ability of wood to absorb shocks that cause stresses beyond the proportional limit. At 15% moisture content, the bending strength is at 22,235 lbf/in2. Hardness. Generally defined as resistance to indentation using a modified Janka hardness test, measured by the load required to embed a 11.28 mm ball to 1/2 its diameter. Values presented are the average of radial and tangential penetrations. The hardness of Chengal wood is 2,130 pounds. Shear strength. Ability to resist internal slipping of one part upon another along the grain. Values presented are average strength in radial and tangential shear planes. Shear strength of Chengal wood is 2015 lbf/in2. Compressive strength. It is a stress sustained by a compression parallel and perpendicular. Maximum stress sustained by a compression parallel perpendicular to grain. The specimen having a ratio of length to least dimension of less than 11. Compression parallel to grain is 764 psi and compression perpendicular to grain 122 psi. Work to maximum load. Ability to absorb shock with some permanent deformation and more or less injury to a specimen. Work to maximum load is a measure of the combined strength and toughness of wood under bending stresses. Work to maximum load for Chengal is 20 in lbs/in3. Commercial application. Chengal is a very durable and heavy timber and is therefore suitable for many heavy-duty purposes. The timber is suitable for all forms of heavy construction, heavy-duty furniture, bridges, marine construction, boat building, piling, flooring, decking, vehicle bodies, fender supports, staircase, columns, door and window frames and sills and carving. It is also suitable for railway sleepers, piles, telegraph, and power line poles, bats, casks and frameworks. The sapwood is moderately resistant. Chengal is reported to have very good wearing qualities, and is highly suited for industrial flooring. The material is reported to have excellent natural resistance to the destructive effects of the weather. Lumber is usually sold in one of three ways, which is by the piece, by the lineal inch, or by some method based on the square foot dimensions of the lumber being sold. Buying lumber by the piece is something that most familiar way. The lumber is cut to a specific size in all three dimensions, and sold at a set price. The price of the wood will increasing as its width, length, height, and weight are increasing. In 2003, the price of Chengal for log/ton is Rm4,000, and it actually so expensive as the quality of the wood are top classes compared with other wood. In 2019, the price of Chengal for log/ton is Rm5000 and above. Here we can see that there is an increasing in price due to high in demand around the world.